Baby. Look at all the lights. If you are new around here, I had a baby 4.5 months ago. This is Zane Paul, and he's doing much better in front of the lights. I used to feel bad putting him in front of the lights. He's a bit wobbly, but here he is. You were worth everything I went through. Everything and more. I love you so much. So this is Zane Paul. If you want to see more of him, he's in day in the life videos, my breastfeeding video. I'll leave a link to those down below, but I just wanted him to say hi in the intro before we get into some serious talk. But this is baby boy. Hi, baby boy. He's so cute. I love him so much. I'd give you a kiss, but I got too much makeup on. All right, friends, I wanted to give baby a break. I didn't want to have him through this whole video while we're talking. We should do a couple disclaimers before we get started. I'm going to be sharing some things that worked for me to get me through one of the toughest times I have ever experienced in my life, but this is just what worked for me. Of course, seek help if you need it, friends. Talk to people, seek therapy, do whatever you need to do to get through these times. If you're a new mom currently going through this, I feel for you, girl. I've been there. Do not feel ashamed. I felt so much feelings of shame, and we'll just get into it, but I just wanted to say that maybe what worked for me may not work for you, but do not be afraid to get help. It is totally okay, and I will tell you what helped me and got me through this crazy time. So I didn't know if I wanted to make this video, but I'm kind of shifting my focus on this channel. The name of the channel obviously is NikkiBeautyBlis. I created that name because beauty is my bliss. So beauty will always be a part of this channel, but I'm just at a different stage in life where I'm a first-time new mom, and I've just been on a roller coaster of emotions. So there's gonna be a lot of mom content. Totally get it if that's not for you, but there'll still be beauty content, lifestyle stuff. I feel like this is lifestyle. So I just wanted to make this video because I know a lot of you have been reaching out that some of my pregnancy videos were really helpful. And I feel like, you know, I'm always honest with you guys on this channel. Some people say I'm TMI, but I don't care. I just want my little corner of the internet to be a real place where I can help people, or you can just have fun. You can learn things, you can have fun, or I can help you. So that's why I just wanted to make this video. I feel like even if it helps one person through the tough time that I experienced, then that's what I want to do. So we're going to be talking about postpartum anxiety. I actually had to look up the technical definition just to make sure I didn't give you any misinformation. But this is according to parents.com. Postpartum anxiety disorder is the cousin to postpartum depression that affects about 10% of new moms. I honestly feel like it affects way more women than that. It's just, I feel like, I could be wrong, but many women like myself are scared to speak up, maybe to their physician, or to tell someone, or to be like actually diagnosed with it, but I could be wrong. The tell-tall. Also, mom brain has made me a complete idiot. Let me move my mic closer. The signs are excessive worrying, racing thoughts, and feelings of dread. Anxiety is a natural response to protect one's baby, and one that's expressed with hyper alertness and hyper vigilance. Okay, so now let's talk about what the heck I went through. You guys, the first month of Zane being alive was one of the scariest months of my entire life. It didn't start right when we left the hospital. I'm just gonna kind of take you through my journey, and then I'll give you some tips and tell you what really helped me. It started maybe like day 4 or day 5 of him being alive. If you've seen my breastfeeding video, I'll link it down below. Breastfeeding was very challenging for me. I was not producing enough milk at first. This was my first child. And until you go to the first doctor's visit, which I think was 5 days or 7 days after he was born, I didn't know why he was crying so much. I didn't know if he was tired, if he was hungry. He wasn't getting enough milk from me. So I'm just telling you that to say that that's when my worry really started. This baby, I would feed him, he would cry. I would feed him again, he would cry. I would feed him again, he would cry. And so this is when the feelings of worry just started in my head. And I should say, to give you a bit of background, I am not a person that struggles with anxiety, depression. I don't have, just being 100% honest, in my entire life, I haven't had any mental health issues. None. Depression, anxiety, none of them. So I just thought, you know, the doctors talked to me about postpartum. I read about it, postpartum depression and anxiety. I was like, oh, I'll be fine. My mental health is great. I've never struggled with any mental health issues. I had never had a baby before. I had never had my hormones just be totally like thrown into shock, you guys. So around day 4 or 5, the anxiety started, and it came on hard. The feelings that I felt during that first week of his life until, I would say, honestly, I said the first month it was truly scary, but honestly the first 2 months, after month 2 is when I started to feel somewhat normal again. And just some of the feelings I had, for example, when my boyfriend would go to bed at night, I was literally scared that Zane would not make it through the night. I mean, I don't think that's irrational. I don't know. New moms or moms out there, let me know. I think that's a common fear that people have, but it was literally to the point where I was just so anxious. My heart would race. And the thing is that at first I hid it from my boyfriend. I did not tell him that's how I felt. I didn't want him to think I was inadequate. I was losing my mind. Hormones were making me just like, wow, friends. Like, I've just never felt like I had no control over my mental health. And so that was the #1 fear that started. Like, I have to keep this baby alive until his dad wakes up. Please don't let Zane die. Please don't let Sid. Oh God. And then when I found out about SIDS, that just took over my life. And then the risk factors for SIDS, if you look it up, it's sudden infant death syndrome. I think like children of color are more at risk for SIDS. They don't even really know why. So I was like, oh my God, like, please don't let SIDS happen. Let me keep him. It was so scary. It's way more dramatic and scary than what I'm describing to you guys. I genuinely thought it could be possible that Zane will die every time his dad went to bed. It was awful. I could cry thinking about it. Can you imagine every night when your partner goes to bed? I'm smiling because I'm trying not to cry. Thinking that it was an awful experience. It was terrifying. So that's when I realized, okay, something is not right with me. Why am I thinking like this? Because then when the morning would come, Zane would still be alive. His dad would wake up. Everything was fine. And I was like, okay, I can do this. And then the cycle would repeat itself every time at night. It was the worst feeling. And then I started feeling like, I am going crazy here. Like, why am I on this roller coaster? Like, I wake up, I feel fine, I'm great, I'm this super mom, I can do everything. We go to bed, and I think Zane's not gonna live. It was awful. It was awful. Okay, so that was the first sign to me, and I didn't tell anyone, something's not right. So then I started reading up on postpartum depression. And I was like, well, I don't feel depressed. Like, I don't feel like I can't pull myself out of this because every morning, like I said, I feel fine. And again, totally ignorant to mental health issues here. Maybe with depression, and those of you that have suffered from depression, maybe it's like a roller coaster like that. I don't know. I didn't know. I just thought, I don't think I'm depressed. I think I'm okay. I can make it through this. But then, you guys, everything started to freak me out. When we went to his first week appointment, and I won't go into too much detail about this, he was losing weight because I wasn't producing enough milk. So they put me on medication to up my milk supply. And this medication makes you so sluggish. One of the side effects is you just feel cloudy and you feel sluggish. And so that did not help my anxiety because I'm already dealing with low milk supply. Baby's crying. This is now like week 2. Poor Zane is crying all the time. So they give me this medication. My milk supply goes up, which is great. He calms down. But then I'm foggy and I still have these feelings of, can I keep this child alive every day? And then I forgot to mention, I did give birth during Corona, during the pandemic. You might be watching this years from now and be like, what's that? Don't look it up. It was a horrible 2020, but it was a hard time to be a new mom because we were told to quarantine for 2 months. And when I say quarantine, I mean no grandparents, no friends, no family, nobody comes into your house. It's just myself, my boyfriend, and my baby. That's it. And I always imagined, I'm very close with my parents, very close with my mom. I always imagined when I had a new baby, my dad would be there, my mom would be there. I wanted my mom to come and stay with us for like the first week or 2. She was going to take off work and just help us cook, clean, and with the baby. So when we were told we needed to quarantine, it hit me harder than I could have ever imagined. And I feel like it made my anxiety even worse. And not to mention, I gave birth November 19th. So that meant we would be in quarantine through Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I remember, you guys, I think he was like 3 weeks old. I cried myself to sleep crying for my mommy. Like, now I can laugh at that, but it was not a laughing matter then. I was so desperate to see my mom, to hug my mom, to have her. I never imagined my first child that my mom wouldn't be there like every step of the way helping me. She was there in the labor and delivery room. If you haven't seen the labor and delivery vlog, I'll link it down below. I was so grateful that I did not get COVID, because my hospital had a rule that if I tested positive for COVID, I couldn't have anybody in labor and delivery. But if I was negative, I could have 2 people. So my boyfriend and my mom were there. But after I gave birth, they kicked her out. And once you move to recovery, you can only have 1 person with you. So that was the last time I was able to like see my mom, touch my mom for 2 months. And it was just devastating. I have never cried like wanting my mom so bad until like since I was a child. And that was another sign to me. I was like, I'm not okay. I've got to start talking to people about this or else I'm going to lose it. Because every night I was still having the feelings, I've got to keep this baby alive. Please don't let my baby die. The very real scary feelings that Zane may not make it through the night. And I didn't think it was, I should clarify, I knew for sure it wouldn't be anything that I did to him. Like, I didn't feel like I was going to physically harm him or anything. I just felt like, what if he stopped breathing and I didn't know it? What if he turned over? Which newborns can't turn over, but I was like, what if somehow he turns over and he ends up smothering himself? What if Coco sits on him? It's like the most crazy things now. Like, Coco would not sit on Zane. I didn't even let Coco anywhere near Zane until he was like, I don't know, 2 months old. It was bad, you guys. So once I cried myself to sleep crying for my mom, I was like, something's not right. I've got to talk to someone. So that's the first thing I did that really helped me, you guys. And I implore you, if you're feeling this way, you have to talk to someone. If you don't have a family member that you feel comfortable talking to, talk to your partner. If you can't talk to your partner, call your doctor. They deal with this all the time, and I'll get to that when I went to my 6-week visit. But talk to someone, you will feel better. I hope. It made me feel so much better. So that night, I cried myself to sleep for my mom. This was about when Zane was like 3.5, 4 weeks old. I was like, I've got to talk to someone. I just felt so ashamed, and I don't know why. I just felt like I'm going crazy. This is shameful. I don't want to admit to people that I'm losing my mind. And I feel like that's the hormones. That's like mom shame. So I first talked to my mom, and I told her, I was like, Mom, I cried myself to sleep for you last night. And she was like, what? What do you mean? And I explained, and of course she thought it was sweet and endearing. That woman is like my #1 fan. She talked to me. I remember we were doing video calls, and she just told me, you know, you are doing amazing. You've got this. And my mom, this is another story time, but for the first 7 years of my life, my mom was a single mom. She had no help, no family, no friends. I mean, she had friends, but that was it. Like, my mom did not have a car when I was born, okay? Like, my godmother drove her there. She used to take me to daycare on the bus. Like, my mom is an angel. So I love you, Mom. But her telling me like her story again, like when I had you, I had no one. And look at how close we are. Look at how you're thriving. You have your boyfriend. You have grandparents on both sides. Like, we're all here. We're all going to be there to help you. You video chat me as much as you want. You know, I love you. I'm going to babysit for the rest of his life. And she literally had to talk to me like this every day for like a week. And it was so helpful, you guys. Then I opened up to my boyfriend. And I was like, I didn't want to tell you this, but I just feel like I'm going crazy. And talking to my mom really helped me. And he just did the same thing. He was like, you're doing so amazing. You're up with Zane all night. You're doing everything you can to make sure you can, you know, breastfeed him and take care of him. And it just affirmed to me like, okay, I might feel like I'm losing my mind, but my mom and my boyfriend are telling me I'm doing good. So I think I'm doing good. Just listen to what they're saying. Even if you don't believe it, listen to it. Talk to them as much as you need to talk to them, because what they were saying really made me feel better. Then I told Zane's godmother. She and I, if you watch the day in the life videos, we Zoom once a week. And I was really beating myself up about not producing enough milk and how breastfeeding was going horrible. And she just made me feel so good. And she was telling me, you know, it's not easy. You're doing a great job. They're just giving me affirmations that you're doing great. You are not crazy. It's the hormones. And then at my 6-week doctor appointment, I love my doctor. If you watch my labor and delivery vlog, I mean, he even took the time to like talk to me about the placenta and everything. And a lot of you guys were like, your doctor was amazing. My doctor literally just delivered the baby and was out. Like, I love him. But he spent about 10 minutes and he was like, talk to me about your mental health. And I was like nervous because I was like, okay, I've opened up to my mom, the godmother, and my boyfriend. I don't know if I want to tell the doctor. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, how are you feeling? And I was like, you know what? I'm talking to these 3 other people. I'm just going to tell them. I was like, I feel anxious. And he was like, do you need someone to talk to? And I just felt so relieved when he asked me that, because it just made me feel like, okay, I know this happens to women, but to hear a medical professional say, do you need someone to talk to? And he did say, this is normal. Do you want someone to talk to? And I thought, okay, I must be doing the right thing by talking to my friends and family. And I felt like that was enough for me. But if you do not feel like that's not enough and you need a professional, please get professional help. My doctor was telling me that postpartum depression and anxiety are some of the easiest forms of depression and anxiety to treat. So he was like, if you need to talk to someone, if you feel like you need medication, please call me. Do not wait an extra day. Don't wait a week. Don't wait a month. Call me. And I said, okay. I told him that I was talking to my mom, my partner, you know, friends, and I was feeling better. And he was like, okay, but if you feel like you need like actual professional help, please call me immediately. So that made me feel better. So talking to people and talking to the doctor and letting me know that this was normal made me feel better. I didn't tell him that I was still having fears every night that Zane would die, but I did tell my mom and I told his godmother. I don't even think I told my boyfriend. I told him now, months later. We're at 4.5 months, but I did not tell him then because I don't know. Just telling my mom that was a big relief. I was like, I don't want to be telling everybody this. But some other things that really helped me get through this, you guys, was I started working out. So after the doctor gave me the clearance of my 6.5, I think it was like I went at like 7-week visit, I started working out. I started walking first, and then I started doing jogging. And then now we're at 4 months later, and finally, the gyms are completely opened. It's currently April when I'm filming this. March, the gym's fully opened. That has helped my mental health so much. If you're new around here, I have a couple of videos on running marathons, weight loss, keto. It's bedtime. Oh, I'll be back. It's bedtime. Hang on, friends. Sorry, it was time to put little guy to bed. So I was basically saying I've always been health and fitness focused most of my adult life. So to not be able to work out for so long, I worked out until the day I gave birth, and then I had to stop for that 7 weeks until I got clearance. Working out helped me. Even just going for walks, you guys, was so helpful just to get, first of all, I was in quarantine for 2 months. So it was just nice sometimes to just get out of the house, go for a walk, go for a jog. Really helped my mental health a lot. And then this third one may not be for everyone, but reading self-help books, I've always enjoyed that. I love books like The Secret, The Power, all types of like self-help books. I love it. They really help my mental status. So I started reading Ask and It Is Given. It's not for everybody. I'll leave a link to it down below. I really like it. I'm halfway through it, and I would actually just read it to Zane because of course I want to read to him. And so it was a nice way for me to like get my reading done, but also for him to just hear mommy talking. And we would read for like 30 minutes to an hour sometimes. So self-help books really helped me. Ask and It Is Given is a really good one. The Secret really helped me a lot. And then drinking water, which I don't know why. I mean, we all know it's good for you, but somehow me just feeling like I'm flushing out bad stuff from my body really helped me a lot. So it helped, I think because it helped me keep my milk supply up, helped me mentally also, because I was really beating myself up about breastfeeding. I'll leave a link to that video down below. I won't go into it, but I had a really rough start breastfeeding, but we're 4.5 months in and we're still breastfeeding. We're still doing good. But that really helped me a lot. So talking to someone, many someones, exercising, reading, and then drinking a lot of water, trying to eat a bit more healthy. Because honestly, the first month of my pregnancy, I was just eating whatever I wanted. And I don't think that was very good. Like, I was just like, my excuse was, I just pushed out this baby. I'm going to eat whatever the heck I want. And I think that did not help my mental health at all either. And I have a lot of food allergies. It sucks, you guys. I can't have gluten. I can't have dairy. I get very, very ill. And I was eating all the gluten. I don't eat dairy. I've been really good at staying away from dairy I haven't had dairy in 5 years. But the gluten I give into, and it does not help me at all. So yeah, that's what I did, and it was really helpful. Again, what I did may not work for you, but let us know in the comments if you're comfortable with it, what helped you, if you dealt with any postpartum depression or anxiety. It's okay. Sometimes you may need therapy, and it's okay. We should normalize this. And I felt like before I gave birth, I knew that it was a normal thing. And I was like, if I need help, I'll ask for it. I just assumed I'll be fine. And then when it happened, it was like I was just so ashamed of it. It was really sad. And I feel like a lot of us, and a lot of these videos I've watched, a lot of people feel the same shame and they don't seek help. And I think the more videos that people do like this, the more it will become normalized, hopefully, because there's nothing to be ashamed of. You just gave birth to a human. Your hormones are going crazy. And it's so many people deal with it, you guys. So yeah, if you care to share, if you're comfortable sharing what helped you in the comments down below, definitely let us know. There's some other things I did, but I don't really want to say, like, I mean, I can just tell you, I took some supplements. I felt like that was helpful, but it may not be helpful to you. But those are the 4 big things that I feel like really made a difference in how I was feeling day to day. And I would say by month 3, I felt back to myself. I still have days, like I just had a day yesterday where I called my mom crying, but it's literally like 1 day out of a month now. It's just having a human changes you. Yeah, but it took like probably around 2.5 months that I just felt that fear of him dying went away. It's still lingering. I might think about it honestly like once a week, but every night I'm just grateful it's gone. Like every night it was a very real fear. Now it's just like a distant memory, like, oh, this could happen, and I talk myself out of it. So I would say like around 2.5 to 3 months is when I really started feeling normal. The 2-month mark though, I did notice, I think my hormones must have leveled out or something because I felt more stable. But I would say like around closer to 3 months is when I really started to feel like myself again. So if that's helpful to like have a timeline of how long. Everybody's different though. You know, some people feel fine after a week. Some people don't have any postpartum anxiety, depression at all. My best friend had none of it. And she was way younger when she had her son. He's 13 years old now. This is my godson. And yeah, so everybody's different, you guys. So I hope you found this helpful. If you want more videos like this where we just chat about mom stuff, girl stuff, life stuff, let me know. I'm thinking, okay, I've recently become addicted to Bailey Sarian. She does, what is it called? Murder Mystery Makeup Monday. So she basically tells you a murder story, true life story, while she does her makeup. And I think we should do it, you guys. It's super fun. I also watch Sydney Black, and she does more like a history while she does makeup. So she'll tell you like she did the one with Bill Clinton. What is it? I did not have sexual relations with that woman. What is her name? You know who I'm talking about. She tells you the history of the story while she does her makeup. I think that would be fun, you guys. Let me know. Do you feel like it's overdone, or would it be fun? Because I love telling stories. I just think it would be fun if I could find like stories that aren't super popular but very interesting. And maybe some of them I don't have to do my makeup. We could just sit here and chat. But let me know your thoughts. Would you be interested in that? I'm going to post a poll on my YouTube community tab to get a feel for it. Because maybe you guys are over it, but I love watching them, so I thought it would be fun to try. But yeah, I just want to post more videos, just keeping it real with you guys and chatting. So you can check out my other mommy videos right here. Why did I point down? It's not down, it's up here somewhere. All right, bye friends.